as engineers, we're like, all right, we just see the North Star. We don't often think about breaking it in terms of small chunks of deliverables that show value, right? But from a PM side, what does that look like when you're working with the engineers on one end where you're like, okay, what's the smallest bit of this thing that we can build? And then on the customer side as well, where you're interacting with them and you're telling them, yes, you want this complex thing, but this is all we can give you for now, and then we'll eventually build on it.
So that's complicated, right?
Yeah.
So let me start out with like how a feature, or maybe even if you're like at a startup environment, how the product gets built for the first launch, and usually it comes from an MVP, right? Like someone has an idea, a lot of time from engineering. I'll give you guys credit there, and then there's interest, right? The little demo generated interest from leadership, from customers, especially. And there's talk about it. It goes up through more reviews, and there's value in it. And so they will say, okay, we want to invest in this, right? So a product manager comes in to validate a lot of things and to provide additional information to help support that sponsorship. And what I mean by that is they work behind the scenes to talk to different stakeholders, to talk to customers, to gather data if there is no data. And to put together that story, that deck, right? That the business proposal. And then if it does get buy-off, then they will coordinate and work with the engineering team to look at estimations, and then work with customers to look at requirements, and work with designers, right? To get that Figma in place.
I remember a time working with, what was his name?
Karthik,
yeah.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time with Karthik doing designs, yeah.
Because, like an MVP is just like a small proof, right? To show that this is what it could be, to generate that momentum.
Yeah.
But it's not a fully polished product yet, right? You don't want to be onboarding 100 people onto it at once. It may break something, right?
Yeah.
So that's just the starting point. But you need the product manager or someone in that role, right? So I say someone because sometimes it is a manager who takes it up when you don't have the resources to hire a product manager to take that up and get it going, and for them to make it into something for the customers.